Have you seen this crazy bus hijacking in Atlanta, Georgia? Well, the guy who did it warned the media right before it happened. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about 39-year-old Joseph Greer hijacking a bus in Atlanta, Georgia at gunpoint. Now, this was really crazy. The video is wild. We're going to get to the video in a minute, but first things first, let's back up a little bit. How did this happen, and how did he warn the media? Great questions. Glad you asked. Now, first thing, how did it happen? Well, he was on a bus and got into an argument with someone, and a bystander decided to pull out a gun to try and interfere with the fight. Joseph Greer is 6'5", 200 and something pounds, real big guy. He takes the gun away from the bystander and shoots the bystander dead. He's deceased, RIP. Then he uses the gun to hold the bus driver hostage, and he tells them, just drive. I think this starts in downtown, and they go all the way to Tucker, which is a nice little distance. Of course, there was a chase. They're setting down traps and everything to try and get this guy to stop. Now, how did he warn the media? Well, he was in downtown because there was a shooting at the Peachtree Center, like a food court. 3 people were injured. I don't think anybody died. And the off-duty officer shot the shooter. So that was pretty much contained right there. They interviewed him right there on the spot. And during the interview, he was like, yo, I'm manic. I need my medication. And he was very self-aware of his mental illness. He was like, yeah, they say I'm manic because I kind of build up to where I'm getting ready to do something crazy. I could kind of feel it coming. And it appears as if he had another manic episode right there on that bus. And he had been arrested 19 times before. Now, I don't know what the charges were, if it's like violent stuff or things that can be contributed to his bipolar, schizophrenia, manic episodes. I don't really know. But this guy was known to the police. This guy was known to be mentally ill, but I think he was off his meds. He was just having some issues going on. Now, we're going to get into a lot. We're going to get into his mom talking about it. We're going to get into the interview he did outside of the first shooting that he did not do. But first things first, let's check out the actual chase here, because this was really crazy. And of course, I will link to everything in the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
In this real-life ordeal, you can see law enforcement from Atlanta and surrounding counties try to stop the bus by throwing nail strips to flatten the tires. But the bus kept barreling on, hitting other cars and driving through a police roadblock.
Hostage situation on that bus. PD's on scene.
The deadly ordeal started in downtown Atlanta. Cops say the hijacker forced the driver to drive through the city and then onto Highway I-85.
The individual did comment very boldly, I have bipolar, I am bipolar, so y'all don't mess with me in so many words.
That's the mayor, of course, Andre.
When he was on the bus.
The ride from hell finally came to an end when the bus was rammed by a tank-like Bearcat SWAT vehicle. 39-year-old Joseph Greer was taken into custody. Police today revealed an extraordinary development. The suspected hijacker was a witness to a mass shooting at an Atlanta food court right before he got on the bus. He was even interviewed on local TV.
Now, we're going to get to the interview right now. This is from 11 Alive. It's like a 4-minute interview. I won't play the entire thing, but you're going to hear him say, hey, I have bipolar, I'm manic, I need my medication. He's going to tell you everything that's going on with him right here. And he's not lying because he has a track record. His family says the same thing. Like, they all know kind of what's going on with him.
To pay the bill, I already did my, what's it called? Transaction. I forgot the name of it. I've been having Cash App and him rush cards for the longest. So bank account is something that I appreciate, especially for Wells Fargo, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all that shit. So, but even they're a struggling bank, I heard. I'm like, damn, Wells Fargo, like, heard you getting a legal accounts and stuff. Like, but it gotta be like some computer stuff. But I think somebody.
See, right now he's talking. He's babbling. Like, you might be asking me, can you translate? He's talking about Wells Fargo giving him a bank account, and he didn't really have a bank account before. But why is that relevant to the shooting? They're interviewing you because there was just a mass shooting. So the shooting that he witnessed may have triggered him, because people that have some of these disorders, it's a trigger that happens, and then they go into their mania.
Somebody put some type of world into it. So my thing is, I want to tell first before I start this, tell what happened, because this is making me a snitch. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. Even though I'm not snitching on nobody wrong, it's somebody bad.
What you saw happen on the street. We're guiding everybody.
All right, India, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm bipolar. Let me tell y'all that. I'm on medication for like 2 weeks, but Grady gonna give it to me. So I'm leaving out the thing.
So he's talking about Grady. That's the hospital out there in Atlanta, and he's saying I'm bipolar, off my meds for 2 weeks. He's telling you, like, I'm not okay.
So I see the shooter. You know what I'm saying? I guess the shooter. Like, to me, he a nigga because I'm 6'5", 285. So this the first guy on the scene right here with the curly hair with the waves. He the one stopped me from beating nigga because he was talking crazy to this girl. I was like, you got like fucked up, because in my mental health ways, because I've been off of Depakote 1,000 milligrams. I've been off that shit like 2 weeks.
Depakote 1,000 milligrams. Yikes.
So my thing is, I'm in a manic episode. That's what it's called, where you're almost about to get in trouble because you're doing so extreme and erratic. We need some type of pill or a drink or something that we can make from the drug people that can shock me real quick to get back regular. So right now I'm in an extreme mode, and it's like when I seen him, I was in extreme mode. So
he's saying, like, I'm in an extreme mode. I'm having a manic episode, and then that right there, that shooting, that just spiked him up. He's telling you, like, I'm kind of like, I'm not right now.
I was already in this for 2 weeks, so it's like he 2 weeks in, he about to get stabbed. I got knives, I got all this shit on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I protect myself, I can't get a gun, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is protect yourself like you're in chain gang. I did it prison time and all that shit. So when I see him talking to this girl, bro, I like the girl, so nigga, you're not about to talk crazy to this girl. So
imagine a guy like this, 6'5", 285 pounds, in a jail cell with you, and clearly he's not in his right mind. Imagine that. That right there, among other things, should be enough of a reason to not go to the penitentiary, to make big rocks to little rocks. You could be doing a lot more than that if you're in a cell with this guy.
When I walked over, that cop came up, you know what I'm saying? And that's when he ran off, and he tried to, I guess he pulled, I don't know if he pulled a gun or what he did, but I was scared because I got a gun, because I can't have one. Probation officer Renee Smith, DeKalb County. I apologize for talking to the police, but yeah, I didn't. My girl went to see me today. She came from Detroit, man. Her birthday was yesterday, so.
He's rambling. You see what I'm saying? Like, things that don't matter. Talking about my girl's birthday and I'm on parole. I can't have a gun. Things that don't really matter when you're talking about the shooting. You understand? So clearly he's having an issue. He's having a mental health situation. And he even said it. I'm bipolar. I'm manic. I'm in an extreme mode. Now we're going to hear from, I believe, his mother. Yeah, let's hear from his mother here.
Police have arrested 39-year-old Joseph Greer in connection to the fatal shooting inside the hijacked Gwinnett County transit bus.
My God. Lord have mercy, it's Joseph.
I sat down with a family member who described the moment his father turned on the news.
And he looked at it and he just bust out crying.
Investigators.
Well, they say family member, so that might not be his mom. Could be his auntie, something like that. I don't really know.
Say Greer has been arrested 19 times, something his family attributes to his longtime struggle with mental illness.
They know that he's schizo and bipolar and manic. They know that part about him. What triggers him, I don't know.
In the hours leading up to the bus hijacking, she says Greer's father tried to get him to come home and get rest. They were worried about him since he recently lost his job, but ultimately, Greer rejected that intervention.
Like if he don't take his medication, if he don't sleep for a period of time, he starts babbling. I mean, we know that he's getting ready to go off on the deep end, and you can't stop him. Because he won't lay down, he won't sleep.
This video shows the 39-year-old at the scene of the Peachtree Center shooting downtown Tuesday. Investigators.
You can see how big he is right there. Like, if that guy is not in his right state of mind, if he's not on his meds, what are you going to do to stop him? See, look, can I just pause for a second? When they're talking about sending mental health experts to calls of those who are in mental distress. If you got to call somebody to come help, you're going to send people with clipboards and whatnot to go do with this guy. All they're going to do is get themselves hurt. It's not a good situation to be in. Unfortunately, you might need a little bit more force to deal with a guy like that. I'm not saying lethal force, but maybe a little bit more than somebody with a pocket protector and a clipboard. Maybe, just maybe. Look at how big he is compared to the officers that are right there.
Say the incidents are unrelated, but shortly afterwards, Greer got on the bus. A high-speed chase and shooting that took the life of Ernest Byrd Jr.
My heart goes out to the other family, but it could have been so much worse. I mean, because there were 17 people on that bus.
Yeah.
Suppose all of them got shot or killed.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what his mental state was about.
A lot of families.
So that's what's going on there. Again, Joseph Greer, 39 years old, hijacked a bus in Atlanta, Georgia, took the gun from a guy who was trying to break up a fight between him and someone else, and deleted the guy with the gun and made that guy rest in peace and prayers out to his family. Then he points a gun at the driver and says, just drive, going from downtown all the way to basically Tucker. So just going east, as far as it can go east. That's probably like, they probably made it about 25, 30 minutes away, maybe something like that, 20, 25 minutes. Tucker, that's kind of like out there, out that way. But as I close, I want to say this. Mental health is a real thing. And I think we're going to need a lot more resources given to mental health as we get more into legalizing drugs to help Americans self-medicate through the tough time we're going through right now with this economy, with the inflation going crazy, okay, with AI and whatnot taking jobs, maybe potentially, perhaps. They're going to allow Americans to do more self-medication. And with a lot of this, the influx of drugs is going to come more people that have serious mental health issues. I'm going to give you an anecdote right quick. Then I'll wrap it on up, put the bow on top. A friend of mine, I ain't going to say no names, back when I was in college, he had an experience in high school that forever changed him. He was trying to smoke some weed, like by his locker, but there was a little bit more than weed in what he was smoking. When he hit it, he ran through the hall screaming. He was punching lockers, denting the lockers. He was a big, strong dude. Had a complete breakdown. And ever since that moment, he was never the same. He was like a normal person, kind of just, social, chilling. And then when you would see him after that, he would just be kind of just not there. You could tell something's not right. Now, I'm not trying to say that weed is going to cause you to have a complete meltdown. But when there's so many drugs and new drugs and combinations of drugs and strains and this kind of shopping, that kind of shopping, it's just so much going on. You're going to start to create a lot more mental health issues. Simple as that. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what happened here? Could it have been stopped? Is there a way that anyone could have prevented this whole situation? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is really unfortunate. I don't know what could have been done to prevent it, but we need to most certainly highlight the mental health of people, okay? Because look, he wasn't allowed to have a gun. He said he wasn't allowed to have a gun. He did not have a gun, but somehow he was able to do that. Okay, took somebody else's gun. Sometimes people do have guns, like, I don't know, law enforcement or whatnot. What if he disarmed a cop? Like, there's all kind of ways he could have done what he did. At the end of the day, as I close, the most important thing would have been to preserve his mental health. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.